Hello everyone and welcome to the Outer Rim Cantina. My name's Alan and today is a very special day because we just got our first glimpse of gameplay for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So the gameplay is coming from IGN, it's brand new, hot off the presses. The game, unfortunately, as most of you probably know by now, did get delayed from its original March 17th release date to April 28th, but apparently that is not stopping the press junket for the game and all of the promotional material, starting with this brand new gameplay footage from Jedi Survivor. So, I'm here to talk about all of the new things that has been shown in this gameplay, which there's very little actually shown in the gameplay itself, which, that's pretty much what we expect from IGN at this point, honestly. Whenever they do a gameplay reveal, it's mostly just walking around and looking at the environment, which is cool. That is one of my notes here, that the environment itself does look absolutely fantastic. It looks even better than Fallen Order, which looked great on its own even then, but let's just jump right in to the brand new stuff that we're going to get in Jedi Survivor that's different from what we saw in Fallen Order. So starting off right off the bat, we get one brand new gameplay mechanic, which is BD1's binocular scan. So this time around, instead of BD1 just going around and scanning dead enemies for codex entries, we actually can use BD1's binocular vision to scan the surroundings and the environment around us and mark enemies as targets on our map to go and fight. And I assume we can also probably mark objectives for the story missions and the main quest, so we can go and track things easier. And I also have a little note in here that it does look like the map and the navigation system has been improved, which I know that was a complaint for a lot of people from the first game. I know it definitely was for me. The navigation system is truly one of the most infuriating things I've ever experienced in gaming in Fallen Order. It's just kind of ridiculous. Speaking of traversal and getting around the game environment, we are actually getting some brand new traversal methods in this game, starting with the grapple mechanic. So we'll be able to jump up and swing from a bunch of stuff and grapple on to other things, to climb onto things and get to other areas of the map. This is, it kind of, when they showed this off in the gameplay, it very much reminded me of the grapple mechanic that's in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. It seems like it's kind of sort of that same thing. Of course, I don't really know many ways that you could actually differentiate a grapple mechanic, but anyway, it's just a neat little thing. And they didn't show it in this gameplay footage, but we do know that we are also getting mounts in this game, so there's going to be rideable creatures and maybe even rideable vehicles to get around the maps, and we're also getting fast travel. So we'll be able to unlock fast travel points around these maps. I'm assuming they'll be like the save points that are put at various places around the map. Unless it's going to be something else, kind of like Cyberpunk 2077, where they had those fast travel stations kind of all around Night City at random points. So, I don't know, we'll just have to wait for more gameplay to be revealed to learn more about the fast travel system, but the bottom line is we're actually going to be able to get around the game world so much easier now, so thank you, Respawn. That was like the biggest complaint everybody had about Fallen Order, and it looks like that's finally getting fixed. And going back to the environment, we get to see one of the brand new planets that's going to be introduced in Jedi Survivor, called Kobo. Apparently this is the first planet in the game that we go to after the Mantis crash lands on the planet when Cal is going on some secret covert op thing, and everything goes awry, of course, as it always does in Star Wars, so he has to navigate around the new planet and find a way to repair the Mantis and get off-world onto the next part of the adventure. So that's super cool. We got a little tiny snippet of the story, but not much because, again, this was a gameplay reveal, so it's mainly focused on the gameplay mechanics. Speaking of which, we are getting some new lightsaber combat mechanics this time around. So they did introduce the the saber staff and split saber combat style in the first game, where you had a couple of abilities that would allow you to split the lightsaber into two separate lightsabers and do some cool combo attacks with that. This time around, it looks like they've taken that same combat system and just basically given it steroids. It's absolutely insane this time around. So it looks like we're going to be able to switch, like quick switch on the fly between two different lightsaber styles. So like we'll have a single lightsaber or a dual saber style, or a dual saber and a twin lightsaber style. And the one they didn't show in the gameplay footage, but we know is coming from the original trailer that we got last month for the game, is also some kind of crossguard, like heavy saber style. So maybe that's something you unlock further along in the game, and you don't have that right away. Maybe it's similar to Fallen Order, where you find like an upgrade station on one of the planets, and you upgrade your lightsaber to unlock the crossguard heavy saber fighting style. That's what I'm guessing at this point, since they didn't show that in the gameplay reveal, and it's all stuff from like the very start of the game, very early on. So it's probably something we unlock later. But moving on from lightsaber combat to the force powers, we're getting so many new force powers this time around, and it looks like it's going to be a lot more intuitive to actually utilize a combination of force powers and lightsaber abilities. Because in the first game, while you did have like force push and pull and slow, it wasn't really that intuitive to use a combination of all the force powers and all the different lightsaber combos. But this time around, we have push, pull, lift, freeze, push, throw. Like, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. There's like a big, like a group freeze ability that kind of sort of reminds me of that Star Killer ability from the Force Unleashed 2 trailer, where he just like incinerates a bunch of stormtroopers with this massive like 360 degree force blast. We get to see Cal do something kind of similar in this, except it's a massive freeze that stuns all of the enemies around you and allows you to just kind of go ham with the lightsaber combos and chop up everything in sight. So that looks pretty cool. I'm super excited that we're going to get more force powers, and hopefully the combination between force and lightsaber abilities will actually be more intuitive this time around, because, right, the force powers are like the best part of any Star Wars video game. So yes, give me more of them. Make them easier to use, make them more intuitive, make the combat flow smoother. Like, the combat in Fallen Order was already great. It's some of the best feeling combat in any kind of video game, but looks like from what we've seen in this video here that it's been improved upon, which is great. Now, another thing that I noted in here that I'm personally super excited about is more fashion options. So we get to see a little snippet of Cal opening one of the collectible boxes hidden throughout each of the levels on each of the planets, and it unlocks a new jacket outfit. So looks like they've done away with the ponchos this time around, but replaced them with a wider variety of outfits. So hopefully we'll get to see a lot more character customization this time around, because that was another thing that was kind of lacking in the first game. Like, they put a whole lot of effort into the lightsaber customization, and then all of the, like, Cal Kestis skins were just a bunch of different colored ponchos, and so there wasn't really a whole lot of variety you could do with that. But looks like this time we're getting actual, like, outfits, so that'll be cool. We actually get to customize Cal to our own liking and dress him up however we want, and play Space Barbie, which is, you know, the ultimate in-game for any Star Wars video game. And then, of course, we get to see more of the environment than we did in just the CG trailers. So we get to see a lot of the work they put in with the visuals, and once again, they've just kind of gone all out with the little tiny details, like this this weird skeleton thing of battle droid parts with a stormtrooper helmet on it that we get to see for a second in here. It's just all the little details are just so good, and just, you know, what set Fallen Order apart from a lot of the other games that are out there is just the level of detail in the environments, and it seems like they kind of dialed that up to 11 this time around. And the sound design, even watching it in a YouTube video with compressed audio and all that stuff, the sound design is incredible. It just sounded so good, and it'll sound even better in person when I actually get my hands on the game, and that just makes me so giddy inside when they actually put a whole lot of effort into sound design, because that is the key for any successful video game, is putting a whole lot of effort and emphasis on the sound, which is what they did with Fallen Order and what they're doing again with Jedi Survivor, and it's just going to be great. And also, we get to hear a little bit of the music for this game, a little bit of the original score, and, you know, you already know it's going to slap, right? It's Star Wars, it's Star Wars Jedi, it's going to be amazing, and the little snippets we get here are amazing. So that's pretty much it for all of the actual, like, new stuff that we got to see from this gameplay reveal. Most of the rest of the video is pretty much showing the same fundamentals that we got in Fallen Order, but, you know, now with twice the pride, but hopefully not double the fall. So I was already super hyped for the game anyways, but I'm glad we actually got to see some real gameplay of it. We got to experience a little bit of the environment and the setting, and it's just gonna be incredible. I can't wait until they show off the companion system and the mounts, and there's so much cool stuff that they've talked about that they're adding in this game that we haven't gotten to see yet. So actually getting to see and experience all of that will be phenomenal. So that's all the time I've got for this video. As always, I would love to know what you think of the Jedi Survivor gameplay reveal down in the comments. And if you want even more daily Outer Rim Cantina content, you can follow me over on Twitter at Outer Rim Can or Instagram at Outer Rim Cantina. And all of my social media links are down there in the description, all in one place, so you can get all the Outer Rim Cantina that your heart desires, including our podcast. So again, just go down there, click that first link in the description, and you'll have all of the social media and content links you could possibly imagine. But that's all the time I've got for today. I have to see you back here in the cantina next time for another Star Wars video. Until then, may the Force be with you.